So your page 85, you talk about your integumentary system, which goes along with your immune system. It's our first line of defense. And people, for whatever reason, they cannot remember, they struggle remembering the word integumentary. Integument is like the skin, that's what it means. And so most people just want to say the skin system, but just try to remember, get it in your head. Integumentary system is the skin. And that's our first line of defense. If we didn't have skin, things would invade constantly. We would be ugly and gross as well, but they would invade all the time. And so that's our first line, and it is an organ. It's a breathing, living organ, and it is constantly functioning to keep things out, to keep us what they call homeostasis, to keep us regulated, our temperatures and everything else that we need to have, our pressure in our body. So it is technically the largest organ of the body. So if I were to say the largest organ in the body, that would be the liver. If I were to say the largest lymphatic organ, that would be the spleen, because we talked about that before, so don't get all that mixed up. But the largest organ of the body is the skin there, and it's part of the, like I said, integumentary system. So 3 layers, of course, the top layer is epidermis, because epi means above or on top. And then there's the dermis, that's the middle layer, and then the subcutaneous. And if you think of sub, that means under, like subway system is underground. The subcutaneous layer is the very bottom layer there. But all of these cells inside are lined with what they call a mucous membrane. And yep, it actually produces mucus, kind of like slimy snot. And it's basically there to trap microorganisms, to trap pathogens, to trap things like that. And so it's good. That's why whenever we get a cold or we get flu or something else, that's why our mucus, our snot and all that, like it feels like it's just continually producing. Like you're like, where in the world does that stuff come from? It's because it's constantly just trying to rid your body of all those pathogens. And the more that you make, the more that it's trying to flush out there. So it's also lined with little hair-like projections. Look on page 85, and you'll see these hair-like projections under a microscope. And they're pretty wild looking, in my opinion. I think they're pretty cool. But if you were to think of a mucous membrane, you think of the inside of your mouth, and that's what that looks like under a microscope. So it's lined with all these cilia, and the cilia are also there to protect your body. Your nostrils are lined with cilia. So if you get some dust in there, and they will kind of irritate it and cause you to sneeze, and that causes it to send out your body. A sneeze is a defense mechanism or immunity mechanism there. So the cilia sweep pathogens to the throat, where they can either be like expelled by coughing or sneezing, or one of the best places to get rid of bacteria and germs is in your stomach, because you have hydrochloric acid in your stomach and it kills just about everything. So just about. So anyway, that hydrochloric acid destroys most of the harmful bacteria that enters your body, and through foods or breathing, not just breathing that in, but like if you breathe it into your mouth, or you know what I'm saying, get it in your mouth, and then that cilia sweeps it back to the back of your throat there. You also have another part of your defense system, and that is lysozyme. Lysozyme is on page 86, and that is tears and sweat. You know how, like, when you sweat, you taste like salt? I mean, not that you lick people when they sweat, but you know what I mean? It drops into your mouth or something, you taste it. Or whenever you're just sobbing, girls, of course, not guys. The tears go in your mouth and you taste it. It tastes like a weird salty taste. And that's because that's basically what it is. It's a lysozyme, which is a salt-like substance, and it actually has antibacterial agents in it. So it's like a sanitizer for your eyes to help keep your eyes clean and free of bacteria. And then it also helps with, like, whenever you sweat, to kind of get it off. That's why whenever you're sweaty all the time, your mom and dad are like, number one, you might stink. But number two, you want to get off any bacteria that would be on your body or anything like that to go get them all off after a long day outside or whatever. Not today though, because it snowed today. Anyway, all right. So go ahead. You read 83 through 86. Go ahead and do your QC, and you all can. Let's see here. What else? Let me just double off that. What is going on for you guys this week? So yesterday and Monday and Tuesday you did the test or that kind of thing. Make sure you, if you haven't done that, make sure you've sent that to me, the quiz 5 and the test. And then today, this QC 86. Tomorrow, you just do a little bit of reading. And then you won't watch the video over 86 to 90 until Friday, unless you just want to. You'll do a worksheet instead. And that'll be when you're done with your QCs at the end of the week, you can send those to me. If you want to send them to me every day, too, that's fine. I just check them off in my computer. So that's fine too, whatever's easier for you. If you have any questions, feel free to text or give me a call. Have a great day.